Hello, I'm Clark Crawford, and welcome back to the latest edition of Clark Crawford Sports. I'm going to jump right into your Astros versus Cardinals series observations. We're also going to get into Astros versus Angels series preview. And of course, as I mentioned a few videos ago, I'm also going to talk a little bit about Jose Abreu and how he's doing, because I know all of you out there are Jose Abreu fans. So we'll give you a little Jose Abreu update here on the channel as well. Promise. Here's Astros versus Cardinals, my series thoughts and opinions. Game 1 Monday night, the Astros won 7-4. Justin Verlander was pretty spotty, giving up 4 runs over 5 innings while throwing 104 pitches to barely scrape by 5 innings to what he wanted to qualify for the win. I believe with the high pitch count, any other Astros starter, current Astros starter, Fromber, Hunter Brown, Spencer Arrighetti, or Ronel Blanco would have been pulled after 4 innings, but Verlander has a longer leash right now, well, because he's chasing 300 wins, and he currently sits at 260. Now, for the rest of the game, the Cardinals jumped out to an early 3-0 lead, while in the bottom of the 3rd inning, where the Astros struck, the downside was it took Kyle Tucker sacrificing himself. Just kidding. He didn't actually do that. But Kyle Tucker fouls a ball off his right knee. And while Kyle Tucker exited the game and was not seen for the rest of the series, he is expected to be fine, but he may also miss the weekend series as well. He has a right shin contusion. Now, right after Kyle Tucker left the game, Mauricio Dubon finished his at bat and walked. And then the Astros scoring got started because of a Yordan Alvarez's 2-run shot to right field in the bottom of the 3rd to cut the lead 2-1. As for the rest of the game, the Astros had a late inning rally with Alex Bregman's solo homer and Yainer Diaz's 2-run homer, powering them to a 7-4 comeback victory. Tuesday night's action had Spencer Arrighetti on the mound for the Astros, and unfortunately, more injury news for Houston. Arrighetti only lasted 3 innings due to suffering a comeback line drive off of his left leg at 103.8 miles off the bat. Arrighetti, as most pitchers would, as they're okay, would have preferred to stay in the game, but the Astros took him out of the game as a precautionary route as they removed him after just the 3 innings. It is believed he'll be okay to make his next start, which should be in San Francisco on the road trip. Also, Alex Bregman early in the game was hit by a pitch on his left hand, and he is day-to-day as well, as he was not in Wednesday's lineup, which I'll get to here in a minute. But Alex Bregman remained in the game, and as expected, he should be okay to play by Friday, which is good news because an injury to the offensive side of things, as they're already struggling mightily, would possibly just cripple this team even further, because their offense, they're able to collect hits, but they can't score enough runs to win enough games. Anyways, Yainer Diaz's 3-run homer, as he homered in back-to-back games into the Crawford boxes, broke the game open in the 3rd inning, making the score 6-1 at the time. The Astros would go on to win Game 2 of the series 8-5, as the Cardinals gave them a little scare after that 3rd inning. The Cardinals gave the Astros a little scare after that 3rd inning when the Astros led 6-1. They outscored them 4-2 the rest of the way, but the Astros ended up winning the game 8-5, as I mentioned. Now, Ryan Presley, who was the closer for the night, Josh Hader was unavailable after pitching back-to-back days. Presley, on the bright side, pitched a perfect 9th inning to seal the win and getting his first save of the year. After winning the series, the Astros took a step back on Wednesday, not taking care of business with a hopeful series sweep staring them in the face. Unfortunately, they weren't able to come away with the series sweep. Ronel Blanco cruised through the first 4 innings of the game on Wednesday with a low pitch count, and the Astros trailed 1-0 through the 4th inning. The problem was, after a bad call by the umpire, which should have been strike 3, helping the Astros get out of the inning, the Cardinals end up hitting back-to-back doubles, scoring 2 runs in the 5th inning, which they went on to take a 3-0 lead. I must note it was an egregiously missed call by the umpire, but being a Little League umpire, as I am myself, which many of you may or may not know, umpires are not perfect, and the advice I give young kids is even if, we as umpires, as I call myself, I'm a little league umpire. It may not be major league, but it counts the same. We make a mistake here or there, but as long as you're consistent, it's okay. And I always encourage young kids to keep battling, so maybe it's a call that impacts the game greatly or not, but the pitchers have to keep battling no matter what happens. So, yeah, I have some sympathy. He missed the call, and I don't think it impacted the game too much. With the way things went, honestly, I think the Cardinals probably still win the game because the Astros offense was quiet. St. Louis's didn't do too much, but oh well, I really think the Cardinals still win that game. Anyways, the Astros offense, after that fifth inning missed call, responded with back-to-back homers. Yainer Diaz hit another home run in the series. That's 3 games in a row. And before Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday's homers, he had not homered since April 11th when Hunter Brown didn't make it out of the first inning. But we don't want to talk about that game too much. But anyways, it's his first homers since that April 11th game. And of course, Trey Cabbage hitting his first home run of the year, a solo shot as the Astros at the time trailed 3-2 going into the 6th inning. Unfortunately, their bats were quiet as they were held to 5 hits in the game. They took 2 out of 3 against St. Louis, which will help their season record, which now sits at 28-35. But to get back to 500 and their goal of hopefully somehow pulling a World Series out of this abysmal start to the season, they must start running off some win streaks, which means you got to sweep series to run off some win streaks. So they're headed into Friday night's action against the Angels. They finally have a day off on Thursday. And with Seattle's win today, they sit at, as I'm recording this video on Thursday, they sit at 7.5 games out of first place in the AL West. They still sit in 3rd place. And, well, they're 7.5 behind Seattle. And that's your AL West standings update for the video. And right now, I'm going to jump right into your Astros versus Angels series preview. One of the series on Friday night is Astros southpaw Framber Valdez hits the mound as he's 4-3 with the 3.95 ERA, 54 2/3 innings pitched with 42 strikeouts on the year. His opposition will be Griffin Canning, a young pitcher. He is Griffin Canning, a younger starting pitcher who is 2-5 with the 4.69 ERA on the year and 63 1/3 innings pitched with 45 strikeouts. Now, on the year, or now in both pitchers' last starts, Framber on Saturday against the Twins picked up the victory as he went 7 innings, giving up a total of 2 hits and 1 earned run. Griffin Canning's last start, he suffered a loss against the Mariners but pitched well, going 6 2/3 innings pitched while allowing 1 earned run. His offense of the Angels, without Mike Trout, was ice cold in that game. They lost 5-1. 2 of the series, Hunter Brown takes the mound for the Astros. 1-5 record with a 6.18 ERA. If you watched my last video, I broke down Hunter Brown as he's been much improved since the start of May, and Hunter Brown is 1-5 now with a 6.18 ERA. His ERA was 8.89 at the beginning of May, and now it's down to 6.18. Hopefully we see Hunter Brown's ERA continue to plummet because, well, we need Hunter Brown to continue to pitch well. He has 3 straight quality starts of at least 6 innings and 3 runs or less given up. He's pitched 55 1/3 innings pitched, allowing with 60 strikeouts, allowing 62 hits. Tyler Anderson is his opposition. He is a southpaw left-hander. He's 5-5 with the 2.37 ERA. He's pitched pretty well for the Angels so far this year. 76 innings pitched with 50 strikeouts. Not really a strikeout pitcher, but a pretty quality pitcher for his results. He's a good pitcher for the Angels, and, well, he's been pitching really well in the year. Hunter Brown's last outing, as I mentioned, he picked up his 3rd consecutive quality start, going 6 innings, allowing 3 runs and striking out 7 against the Twins. And Tyler Anderson's last outing, he was facing the Padres, where he pitched 6 2/3 innings, allowing only 1 earned run. The series finale features Justin Verlander versus Patrick Sandoval. Justin Verlander is 3-2 with the 3.63 ERA. In 52 innings pitched, he has 48 strikeouts. Now, Patrick Sandoval is 2-8 on the year with a 5 ERA exact and 66 2/3 innings pitched, 71 strikeouts. Pitcher's last starts for Verlander's side of things, as I mentioned earlier in the video, he was not very good. He went 5 innings, giving up 4 runs, throwing 104 pitches. Sandoval's last start, he faced the Padres and had arguably his best outing of the year, going 6 innings and only giving up 1 run. Something new, I'm going to start going through the starting pitchers as I preview the series, previous outing on the season if they have one. So just something new, throwing a little curveball into things as I go through all of the pitcher stats and whatnot, just to give you an update on kind of how they're doing in some of their previous outings. The offensive and batting leaders for the two teams, you have Kyle Tucker, 266 average, 19 homers, 40 RBIs, leading the team in home runs and RBIs. Hopefully he plays in this series. I would expect, with the way things have gone, he may not play on Friday, but hopefully he'll be back in there by Saturday or even Sunday, because it'd be a big loss if the Astros don't have him for the entire series, because they could really use a series sweep against the lowly Angels, who are in last place in the AL West. Jeremy Pena, 305 average and a 339 on base percentage. He leads the team in batting average. He's been in a slump as of late, but Jeremy Pena showed some signs of getting out of his slump in the previous series against the Cardinals. So let's hope for all of us Astros fans out there that that was the signs we needed of Jeremy Pena getting out of that slump, because it'd be great if he could get over 300. It'd be a huge boost for the rest of the year if he could continue to keep his average above the 300 mark. Now, for the Angels side of things, Taylor Ward, 11 homers, a 253 average, and 34 RBIs. Like Kyle Tucker, he is their leader in home runs and RBIs. And Logan O'Hoppe is their batting average leader with the 254 average and a 310 on base percentage. And, of course, the Angels are without Mike Trout. And, well, as we all know, also the Astros will not be facing Shohei Ohtani in this series because, well, he left the terrible Angels for the Dodgers in the offseason. Lastly, for the latest edition of Clark Crawford Sports, as I've been mentioning for a couple videos now, I want to give you an annual Jose Abreu update, which will be a thing on the channel until his likely inevitable DFA from the Astros. I believe it'll happen soon. Who knows exactly when? But anyways, Jose Abreu so far, he's 4 for 23 with 7 strikeouts. He did hit a homer against the Twins this past weekend, with his average sitting at a whopping 174 since returning to the Astros ball club. That concludes your Jose Abreu update here on Clark Crawford Sports. That's going to do it for the latest edition of Clark Crawford Sports. If you like this video, give it a like. Feel free to comment down below in the comment section. And, of course, subscribe to my channel, because this is one of many of Astros baseball updates all season long on my channel. So with that being said, thank you all for watching, and I'll see all of you in the next edition of Clark Crawford Sports, possibly with the live stream after the Angels series. I'll update on my socials if I'm giving a live stream, but if I don't give a live stream, I will give you an update on the Astros before the Giants series, which begins on Monday. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see all of you in the next edition of Clark Crawford Sports.